Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Meraj Kidwai, and I hope you're all doing wonderfully well. Thank you so very much for stopping by. To know more about me, please check out vertexthesolution.com. So, I wanted to record something. I was reading a wonderful book, and this thought just came in my mind, and I wanted to record and speak onto the same, and which we also see in the society around us, in people's situations and circumstances, and how those circumstances are affected, or people are into those circumstances or situations for not something they have actually done, but because of something which is the trigger or instigation by the people around us. And when you react to certain things around you, then people label you with it. So this is a kind of a psychology. I'm not going deep around the clinical psychology or clinical assessments and personality disorder, but in general, to understand this is how humans have become. This is how the human psychology of individuals have transformed around individuals, where their insecurities, their complexes, because of lack of something in people's life, has become so prominent that even if you talk about yourself, it's inevitable for them to understand or to take it. Now, when we talk about things in general, everyone have opinions, right? They have their own opinions about things around them. And when you're educated and living in an educated society, it becomes totally vague that you do not form opinions and you do not express those opinions. So just a kind of a manipulation of conversations or communications has become to, feeling threatened or insecure from people who you may think are much better than us or much powerful than us, or may have the prodigy to influence lives around us, becomes extremely, I would say extremely, what should be the right word? The center of your life, or a center point of your life, or a thought that you do not have to think about that particular individual or a person or than anything else in the world. And it happens, I'm sure it happens with you, it happens with me, and it happens with everyone around us, right? Why? Because we are surrounded by those people, and the ratio of those people are much bigger, those who feel insecure, and then they feel troubled, and they want to, somehow affect you in some or the other way that can, trouble your life in some or the other way. So, what is the way out of such? I mean, we are surrounded by certain human personalities and psychology at the workplaces, in the neighborhood, in your own homes, your relatives, maybe your own children, maybe your parents, maybe your extended family members, siblings. Anybody can be like this, right? So, for instance, you score good in the examination. People may not feel good about it, that you are doing good or well in your life. You feel happy, for instance. People may not feel good about it. I've recorded a video on this earlier as well, that there are jealous personalities, and our grandmothers have taught us that there is some kind of evil eye or buri nazar lag jati hai, but there is no such thing like that. I do not believe into evil eye. I believe into science and human psychology and the personalities of humans, and how these such personalities, which we can say negative personalities in general, or a psychology where they find gratification in some or the other way to put other people in pain, or finding ways to interfere in other people's lives some or the other way. So these things are there? Why such things are there around us, and why we see such things around us, and we don't talk about it in general. Rather, we become the part of it. Okay, we fear of talking about of such, and we just try to become the part of this kind of a group where people are bullying. There's a toxic workplace, hostile workplace, or a hostile environment, and despite of having all the credentials in the world, we do not just talk about it. We do not have the courage to contradict it, and if you have the courage, they're being bullied around such. So it's important, because we have such kind of behavioral challenges in the society. We have certain behavioral challenges at the workplaces. We have certain behavioral challenges in day-to-day life, and it's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, to understand to deal with certain kind of people and circumstances. And for this, you need to understand that emotional regulation and discipline of your emotion to react, to get triggered or instigated by anything that may be used as a manipulative tool against you in any of the situation you are into. Probably you're being bullied at workplace. Okay, you have done so much, for something, for some project, for instance, at work, and somehow you've been bullied for the credit, or at school, or every place, in every situation nowadays, people want what can best suit them. So they're not going to see what is much more right and wrong, unfortunately. But we need to still believe in certain values. That is why that is why the educators imbibe value education, and that is why I talk about value education. That is why I record on value education. That we need to still believe in these values that builds character in humans. But certainly the reality is, we are surrounded with certain kind of people around us that has become completely materialistic. That society has become completely materialistic, and they look into things which can benefit them, or it can be advantageous for them. So there is nothing like right or wrong left now, basically. So you have to understand this. How can you deal with certain kind of psychology around you, right? How can you deal with certain kind of greed around you? How can you deal with certain kind of incompetence of good character around you? This is very important to learn, to survive with your ethics, with your principles, with your values, and keep moving ahead, finding a path to success. Because for those who follow principles, values, and everything, it becomes very, very difficult for them to be on that path, and to be on that path, and still feel motivated to achieve it at times. But what is more important is that you're not going to compromise with your own self-worth. You're not going to compromise with your self-respect. You're not going to compromise with your self-esteem, because this happens with all of those individuals. These tactics and manipulative tools are required by all those individuals who suffers from low self-esteem, who suffers from low self-worth, who have insecurities in them. And that is why they require certain kind of tools to gain success or access ahead in life. And they fear from you. When you're strong, when you're confident, they fear from you. So you can just try to understand certain kind of behaviors and not get triggered, or become too reactive around certain kind of individuals. Rather, keep going what you're doing, and these are challenges around you, and they will be there, and this will be there. You can't eliminate certain kind of elements, and you have to deal with certain kind of elements in your life. And These elements are the behavioral issues and challenges of people around you. That's why human psychology, learning about coping skills, coping mechanisms, self regulation, the people who push your buttons, like, you can easily trigger, and how you react around them. So they know how to trigger you. So you need to understand this and, balance yourself. So for that, emotional intelligence is required, coping skills are required. And when you know that you are around certain individuals, at times we lose our patience, because when you feel manipulated, when you feel deceived, when you feel lied about anything, you lose your patience, definitely. But you you still need to consider that if you lose your patience, so you lose everything what you have earned till so far. So for that, you need to understand, you will find certain people around you. They will be there around you. They will keep on triggering you, no matter what, how good you are with them, no matter how cool you are with them. They will keep doing certain things to get a control of the situation or of you, or they may find gratification of doing certain kind of things around you or with you. So you need to accept them the way they are, and you need to learn yourself those skills to manage certain people. So you need to change yourself. The world is not going to change as per you, because they will do what they want to do in their life and with other people's life as well. You can't control them, but you can control your own emotions, your own skills, and your own actions. And skills you can develop by learning and educating yourself and empowering yourself. So when you empower yourself, ladies and gentlemen, with education, with tools that empower you to handle certain kind of human psychology or personalities around you that can be the hindrance in your success, in the path of your success, you achieve the mastery. And it all starts, the beginning step starts with self-regulation, that is emotional regulation. You need to learn to cope up with your emotions at the time when there might be something which triggers an anxiety in you or stress in you, because we are in that era right now where the situations become easily stressful for any individual, or people can make that stressful for anyone. So you need to understand that you have to change yourself. You need to find strategies to cope with it and balance yourself. That's all I want to say in this video. This is very important. I will keep repeating it, and I'm sure this will benefit anyone out there, and hope you enjoy. Keep liking and subscribing this YouTube channel. I need your support, and please tell me what other topics you would like me to create videos on, or any educational topics. So your advices or suggestions are welcome. Thank you. Have a great day. Good night.